His ring hole, and that's why they call him Old Smoky Joe.
Mate, they just can't play music now how they used to.
They just don't make music with real instruments anymore. They're using synthesizers.
Newfangled touch phones.
I don't like touch phones.
You said you wanted a touch phone.
synthesizers. I don't like them anymore. I heard about what they do.
Really?
They do. Apparently, if you use it for more than 2 minutes a day, your ears fall off and your balls retreat back inside your body.
I heard there were applications, apps for short, where people will send you photographs of nude people.
Really?
Nude people.
I need
All
a touch
you need
phone.
is a touch phone.
I need a touch phone right now.
Last time on Mighty Car Mods, we stripped our EZ36 engine and driveline out of the old soggy Gramps. We then took it up to AM Auto where Turbo Yoda had found us a Generation 4 Subaru Liberty wagon. In less than a day we had the old engine out and our mad EZ36 back where it belongs.
So it's another glorious day, not quite as stinky as yesterday, which I'm really happy about.
Another day on Supergramps. Any day's a good day when you're working on Supergramps. I reckon the temperature is literally 20 degrees Celsius cooler than it was yesterday. Yesterday was around 45, now it's about 25.
Yeah, so we're no longer in the hundreds.
What? Oh yeah, the Americans.
Everyone gets really confused about it.
Anyway, Martin, give us a recap. Where were we at?
Okay, so yesterday we dropped the entire driveline of the original car out and put the all-new driveline in like one day, or 24
amazing.
hours. It's incredible. It's just, yeah, I'm still a bit in shock from that. What else did we do? We got the wheels back on.
Coilovers.
Brakes at work. We stuck coilovers in while we're at it, which is a bit of a bonus. And that's pretty much what we're up to.
Yeah, and then today we got some awesome stuff to do. So Marty and I are putting the exhaust on. We got some wiring to do, and we got the front mount, that custom front mount that we made, which is just, I can't wait.
Oh,
it's just so big, and because we got more engine bay room, it's going to fit in there.
But so I'm doing a fuel pump as well. The fuel pump is completely different in this car, so it's a lot of customing and making stuff. But I need a rotary tool.
Yeah, I'm going to go down to Super Cheap and buy a rotary tool, which is good for working on rotaries, isn't it, Martin?
I'm sure you could use it on a rotary. It's technically not what it's for.
No, it's not. I'm going to go down to Super Cheap.
Go get me a rotary.
I'll see you.
I would love it if you
later.
got me a rotary.
I will, Martin.
I couldn't afford the fuel to put fuel in it, but I'd still really like it. Bye.
Toyota Yaris Power. Rotary tool. Add.
Oh yeah, dude. That's what we need.
It's your rotary tool. And I'm going to say, I'm not going to insert the brand name, but that's better than mine. It's got like, it's really clearly labelled what everything does, which is mad, because when you first start using one, you don't know what everything does. There's like little discs and little sanding things. I reckon that's really good for someone who's starting out. Shows you what everything is, where you store it, and it's awesome.
Those little sanding flappy disc things you can buy, they're awesome. Those ones.
That's rad.
Like the last shell, this one was also auto, so it's going to need a clutch pedal and a master cylinder.
Okay, I'll just screw it halfway in until you're comfortable on your side. And then once you got your hand around it, I'll go the whole way, all right?
Because at the factory the cars start their lives the same whether they're auto or manual, there's holes ready for our clutch pedal. The fuel pump in original Gramps works great with ethanol and kept up with the power demands of the car, so we're going to retrofit it to our newer shell.
So this is one of the least fun jobs that we've encountered yet on Supergramps, but I now have the fuel assembly back together because the filter and pump are all in one big thing. And has lots of O-rings and tricky bits and stuff that can break, and it's all plastic, which is nice and cheap to manufacture, but tricky to work with. So it's all going back together now, but we're not going to know if it works till it's in the car. So fingers crossed it'll just fire up and keep supplying fuel for years to come.
And that's been probably a solid, probably almost 2 hours, hasn't it? On
Yeah,
that one component.
It's just so fiddly, but you got to get it right, or you got no fuel, and you got no fuel, you got no boost.
And you've got no quarter miles, Martin.
Exactly.
The driveline has been swapped in and is all working, which means we can put on our mad new exhaust. The Gen 4 is a twin outlet and our new mufflers have 2 pipes each, so quad tips, here we come. Car products sold as bolt-on rarely are, but this exhaust fits well and will only need a few minor mods to fit our custom dump pipe.
So because the exhaust system layout is slightly different on this car and we've got the quad tips at the end, we have had to put on a new exhaust. Now what we're going to be doing is, this is the dump pipe that Turbo Yoda made last time. It is full of Yodery goodness and spiritual awesomeness. Every single weld on there was made with love, wasn't it, Turbo Yoda? Yep, yes it was. But what we don't have yet is a catalytic converter. So we do have this piece from last time. Yes, we run them. Yes, Captain Planet's very happy about it. All we've got to do now to match up this with this is we've got to get the catalytic converter, hack it off, connect it to that pipe, and then connect it to this system. That'll bolt on like that. We'll be going mad. And Supergramps is literally super. Like we're doing things better. So that's the next job. So I will go and call on the services of Turbo Yoda. You can come with me live if you want. Watch your head there, Martin. Hello, Turbo Yoda. We're ready for your Yoda-ness. We need some cutting and some welding. That can basically be cut where those welds are. Yep. And then I'm sure we can do some measurements.
If we cut it here, we can slip that out.
Yeah.
Because that's a slip-in piece. That's 80 mil, so the 75 mil slips into it.
Yep.
Then we'll be able to chop off that flange in the appropriate spot. And if we're real lucky, it might just slide in there.
Yeah, it's already lining up really nicely, so hopefully all going well, we literally just slip it together.
All right.
Good times. So Turbo Yoda, things are starting to get pretty exciting, aren't they?
Yeah.
Because it's turbo time.
Yep, it's my favourite part.
That is your name, isn't it? You know, in the past, people used to be named after their job. That's why people were called, you know, Mr. Baker or Mrs. Prostitute. And that's the oldest profession in the world, apparently. And so you are Turbo Yoda by name. By Depol, apparently. You changed your name legally, which is pretty epic. Which not many people would have the balls to do that, but you did. And we rate that, don't we, Marty? Actually changing your name legally to Turbo Yoda.
Punch it.
We want to go
and punch the pipe right
this way, don't we?
I'll seat in there. Is it seating?
Yep.
Sounds good. I love those noises. Do you love those mechanical noises, like when you crack a nut or when pipes join? It's that kind of sound of success.
Does that look right to you, Turbo Yoda?
Let's get in there, mate. That's it.
Boom. And it's turbo time, Martin.
Yes, the best time of the day. And then it's front mount time. I'm not gonna lie, I'm excited about seeing that front mount in place after all that, you know,
it's pretty cool.
Machining and stuff we did.
Especially considering it's just totally custom, you know. No other front mount like it in the world. That's what it's all about.
It's pretty fancy.
What's rad is that this entire turbo system, which when you remember how long it took to make, probably a better part of a week.
Yeah.
We've gone 2 models newer, all custom mounts and all sorts of stuff.
And just bolting on.
And it just bolts on. Which is fantastic, because then we get to spend our time, like, you know, doing fun stuff. Instead of just redoing what we've already done because of a massive fail.
Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome, man.
On for good. We also have to fill it full of fluids.
The exhaust.
No.
Sounds...
I'm sure someone has.
Sounds like failure.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens when you break your car.
Yes. All right, is it turbo time?
Yep. Let's do it.
The extra time and effort spent using quality connectors and V-bands really pays off when you have to remove and reinstall parts later down the track. It all bolts back together painlessly.
How good is it that is done?
It's
All
done.
that work from last time can be used again.
Do you know what else is awesome about it? V-bands.
Yeah.
No gaskets, no like goo on it or anything. Just put it together and clip it on. It's so easy.
Yeah.
Fantastic. It's got to get the positioning of the gate right, and
Yeah.
then it'll hook onto that. But because that's got a flex joint, it'll flex around and fit. Should be easy. And then we just join it up to the exhaust, and that's turbo system like finished.
Yeah. Do you know why Captain Planet likes GFB?
Why?
Because there's no wastage.
Technically,
No, I mean,
it does waste. That like it gets rid of the waste.
I
Oh,
know.
it gets rid of the waste. We like people that do that. Captain Planet likes people that get rid of waste.
yes.
Like clean away wherever they are, get rid of waste. It's a garbage bin for your turbo.
Oh, it's a garbage for boost, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a garbage bin for boost.
But a good one.
Well, it stops your
Because
engine being
otherwise your
exploded.
whole engine would fill up and soon Ibis would be in there eating your garbage and on everything.
They'd be eating your air fuel ratios.
Yes.
Dump chooks.
Dump chooks. Yeah.
Light coats, just like I was taught, Martin, many light coats.
Who taught you that?
No, some fool.
Where it probably routes the power through both fans to make the resistance higher, which actually slows both fans down.
Yeah, right.
And then it switches it back to individual power.
Awesome. All the things that you need a Turbo Yoda for, Martin.
I'm a total fan.
Of Turbo Yoda.
Fans and of Turbo Yoda. Bit of a fanboy.
Have you been spotted in the street yet or in public, Turbo Yoda?
Yes.
Really? Was it awkward a bit?
No. And after they put their pants back on, it was all right.
Our catalytic converter pipe gets chopped and then it can be measured up to fit back into our new exhaust system.
You know, I am like a polar bear because I like seals.
Do you like seals?
Yeah.
This is where you don't have ice cream.
Turbo Yoda makes me weld up my own exhaust so I can only blame myself if it leaks.
Okay, so the exhaust is on and done. It did need a little bit of Yodering from the Turbo Yoda himself. Next up is the intercooler. Now, this is the cold side of the intercooler piping from last time. This went up underneath the headlight in the original Gramps, but it's not going to work because we got to make it a little bit more curly this time, a little bit more puby. So we can probably use half of this, but we're going to have to cut it. So first thing we're going to do is get our mad intercooler that you probably saw us make, which is here, and find a position for that, place it, get that mounted on the front of the car, then bolt this up and find out how much of this pipe we can use, then cut it, and then the rest is going to be custom piped by the Turbo Yoda. And I said, Turbo Yoda, it's all going to be custom, and he said, that's easy. That's what you want people to say, isn't it? I mean, that's what you want when you've got some Yoda master working on your car. You want them to say, that's easy. So that's it, front mount time. Let's get cool. All right, now the question is, Marty, will you this time allow us? I know we wanted to do this last time and you didn't allow us. VL spec. Come on, man.
What do you mean VL spec?
I mean, the intercooler basically dragging on the ground.
Used as like a dirt catcher.
Yeah, of course, man. Like a snow scraper. We didn't do it with Gramps 1, but Supergramps is meant to be bigger and better.
I already know how to answer this question.
Come on, man. This here hanging down 2 mils off the ground. Parramatta Road special.
Dude, I'll give you an answer.
Come on, man.
Are you ready
Yes?
for the answer?
Are we doing
Are
it?
you ready for the answer?
Yeah. Let's just mount it up here, Marty.
Just got to see if our grill fits. Oh, you have a grill.
Let's go, right? Are we fitting?
Yeah, just about. We'll trim underneath the grill a little bit so it sits flush. But
Fat.
we'll have to hack up the bar a bit, but I'm cool with that to fit this awesome thing in the front of the car.
I thought you were bowing down to the
No, I
intercooler
just,
then,
you know when you get excited, so you do this and you're like, this is mad.
No, but that's cool.
I do.
Man.
This is mad! See, they'll watch, they do it too. See, watch.
They think we're dickheads.
Why would they
what's
think
going
that?
on.
Why would they ever get that impression?
Because we are,
These two are the hardest working gentlemen I've ever met.
and because they're real.
They're two of the hardest.
They're like real working dudes.
Yeah.
And we're
Like
just
having a
making, we're
proper
just
go.
making videos.
It's incredible.
I'm going to bow down to you, gentlemen, right now.
Yeah.
There it is.
A few nutserts and aluminium bends later, our front mount intercooler has a comfortable new home in the nose of Supergramps, ready to make our horsepowers icy cold.
Okay, now that everything is connected, it is fluids time, and Castrol have sent us a bunch of mad stuff. We've got our power steering fluid, we've got our coolant, we've got our diff oil and our gearbox oil, and of course, most importantly, our Castrol Edge engine oil. Now this time we're using 5W40. Last time in the original Gramps we were using our Castrol Edge 5W30. Now we actually took a sample of that oil and we sent it down to one of the Castrol Edge techs so they could have a look at it, and then we gave them a bunch of information about what we were doing with Supergramps, and they recommended that we use their new oil, which is the Castrol Edge 5W40. They said for our specific build and what we're doing, and because the engine is going to be under some extra pressures and stuff that, you know, factory engines aren't, that is definitely the one to use. Now, there is a whole lot of mythology and fantasy to do with oils, and I know the keyboard warriors out there love getting on their high oil horses about the different things that are involved in oil, so you'll be happy to know we are going to be doing a full detailed episode, an oil Bible you could call it, or an oil myth-busted video, so that will be happening. For now though, we are running out of light and the day is almost over, so we don't have time to get into the details, but we're about to fill the guts of Supergramps, Castrol Edge, 5W40. Thanks to Castrol for sending us all the stuff. Let's put it in, Martin, let's do this.
How much are you putting in?
Between 5 and 6 litres. We're going to check. I was having a chat with Dose Vader, and he said there's some pretty serious discrepancy in the amount of oil that you need. He said sometimes he's seen like 5.7, other times he's seen 6.2. You can get on the internet and find out an amount, but you might find that that's not actually the amount. So we're going to go old school style and check the dipstick. It's going to be more than 5 litres though. So we're definitely going to finish off a whole one of these. Then we're going to check and go from there, Martin. That looked delicious. I'm excited. Supergramps. It's going to be awesome.
Dipstick it, dude. Dipstick it like you've never stuck it before.
I'm dick sticking it, mate.
You what?
I'm dip sticking
Have you heard
it.
the expression dick stickers?
Dip stickers?
No, dick stickers. Do you
No.
know what they are?
Oh, isn't that... We're showing nothing, Martin. Absolutely nothing.
Do you know what dick stickers are, though?
Um...
I'll give you a hint.
Yeah, they're like scratch and sniff stickers that you stick
No,
down
no.
near your balls, aren't they?
Dude, what are you talking about? No, they're budgie smugglers.
Oh, that's what Australians call swimmers.
Yeah,
Are
budgie
they?
smugglers and dick stickers are the same thing. I think
Budgie
it's hilarious.
smugglers. It's such a... The Australians come up with some stupid stuff, don't they?
Yeah.
Like, we really do.
Yeah.
That said, we invented mad stuff. We invented Wi-Fi, Martin.
No.
And we invented the sampler. Like, you know, right on time, right. That was Fairlight. And we invented Mighty Car Mods.
Yay.
We invented
Clotheslines.
kangaroos
Clotheslines.
and clotheslines.
No, the
Victor,
rotary clotheslines.
Victor
only.
mowers, Martin.
Yeah, my grandpa had something to do with that. He
Yeah.
was building and servicing the first Victors, man.
And we invented all sorts of other things that everyone's going to talk about in the comments.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for you, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's going to be such a good car.
Yeah. It's the lemonade mobile, dude. When life hands you lemons, you make lemonade. This is a lemonade machine.
It's like what we've always said though, Marty. Like, if something breaks, and you got to go to the effort to fix it, you may as well make it better. Whether that's like you blow a turbo, you put a bigger one on, like you got to change your suspension, put better suspension in there.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I
can't tell you how excited I am to drive it, dude.
It's really cool, man.
Not long to go.
That's great. Sorry I can't hang around. I got to get to the airport. I got mad car parts arriving in the morning. Are you pumped? Are you as pumped as I am?
I am pumped, man. I've never, like, 2Js are so good.
It's my equivalent of Gramps. You know?
Yeah.
It's like you've had your Gramps. It's like I've kind of been fiddling around trying different things, but now that I'm kind of back on my thing, it's awesome. And I'm looking forward to just getting my hands dirty and building the car of my dreams, Martin. Because I've seen how excited you've been with your Turbo Yodas and everyone.
Yep.
And I got my Turbo Yoda coming down to help me. It's going to be awesome.
You know what? So tomorrow we're literally going to make some front mount pipes, stick that intercooler on there. We're going to plug in the ECU, and because it's already got a tune,
It's going to look so fat.
Yeah, it is. We're just going to like turn the key, and it should just drive. That's the hope, anyway.
So good, man. That's awesome.
Thanks for your help, dude.
I got to get a plane. I got to go. See you, man. Good
Thanks,
luck.
man.
I love
you.
it. It's going to be awesome.
Bye.
With our fluids in, we're now only a few intercooler pipes away from firing up Supergramps and hearing his quad tip roar.
So these obviously aren't going to fit. It's a completely different car, and the routing of the intercooler piping is completely different as well. So we're going to reuse, like stainless is pretty much fully reusable if you're willing to chop it up. It doesn't really degrade at all, so there's no problem at all using it. So we've obviously got to keep this fitting for the temperature sensors that we've put in it. So we're going to just... Before it went down through under the headlight, now it's going to go out through this big void here where the airbox used to be and just come around straight into the intercooler. So it's pretty simple setup. On the cold side, very minor mod to the original pipe just so it points that way a little bit, and it's going to go down through here. Same thing, come around straight into the cooler. So it's pretty simple.
Man, let's make it intercooler piping.
Okay.
Coolant concentrate needs to be mixed with water and the cooling system bled. By removing one of the heater hoses, we can push all the air through and ensure we don't get any nasty airlocks. With that done, we can trim and refit the front bumper bar. We'll add fog lights later on when we fix up the rest of the bodywork. After a quick check over and some fresh ethanol, Supergramps is ready to fire up for the very first time.
Fingers crossed. It works, bro. Mostly. Man, I know that ECU's still got some like calibrating and stuff to do, but it sounds really good.
Yeah, it should be good. It'll be a cool car when it's done.
I said goodbye to Turbo Yoda, and after a very long, low boost and uneventful drive back to Sydney, I headed over to see Mechanical Steel.
Benny!
Hey bro, what's happening?
Not much, man.
Did you get my call?
I did.
Yeah, mad.
What's happening?
Oh, something turned up for you, bro.
Something arrived.
Yeah. Got some RE003s, bro.
Oh, mad. Oh, yes, that's awesome.
The grabs, man.
It needs grip. It's in
Yeah.
it's in dire need of
Pretty
grip.
bad at the moment.
Question though, I can't use my current wheels, you said, because they will not clear my brakes.
Yeah, we got to put the Brembos back on it, so we've got these.
Oh, what? The actual, like, the proper...
They're legit ones, bro, not rotors.
Really?
Yeah, proper STI ones.
Oh, that is awesome. So this and that, the worlds are going to join, and we're going to have some mad tyres on some mad rims that fit properly. Factory fitment.
It's going to be awesome, bro.
Let's do it. I'm going to get them fitted.
The new wheels and tyres get put in and on our ever-practical Subaru wagon, and we head to the tyre shop. We're using Bridgestone Potenza Adrenaline RE003s, which are the updated version of the RE002s we've run on heaps of our cars in the past. It's a sports performance tyre, meaning it should help get Supergramps power to the ground and keep it there. The wheels are Subaru STI developed by Enki, and the wheel and tyre combination takes very little balancing to get running perfectly round. These will clear the Brembo brakes we'll be adding soon and fit the car without any scrubbing. With some mad new tyres fitted, Supergramps is looking awesome. We'll be soon heading to the track to try them out, but first there's one more stop we've got to make. Much like his older sibling, Supergramps is going to get driven. Driven on the street, driven on the track, and driven at the drags, so we need to make sure we're making clean and consistent power. Scott from Haltech loads up our previous runs to make sure the new wiring hasn't affected our setup.
Different harness, different fuel system, different fuel lines.
Yep. So what's the first thing you were going to jump in and do?
All right, so basically all we're going to do is just go through and touch up everything in the map to just make sure that everything's running right in the engine in this chassis compared to the last one. We'll give it a few power runs and make sure that it's making the same amount of power as it was before. And then after that, what if we just touch it up a little bit and see if we can make a little bit more power out of it as well?
The EZ36 engine that's in Supergramps is originally from a Subaru Tribeca, which is a big, lazy, automatic SUV designed to drive the kids to soccer. From the factory they make around 150 kilowatts at the wheels. We've added almost 120 kilowatts to that figure with our custom turbo setup and ethanol fuel. High boost would require internal engine modifications, so considering the motor is currently stock, the numbers we're getting are just about spot on what you would expect from a low boost setup like ours. Today we want to try to extract the maximum amount of power possible, but considering the car does get driven and is no dyno queen, also keep it safe and repeatable.
All right, well that run was at about 5 pounds of boost. It's made pretty good power now. It's sort of 245, 250 kilowatts on 5 pounds. So we're spending a lot of time around the 5 and 6 pound range because we want to tune this area as best we can, because the more time we spend here, the less time we're going to spend tuning the high power range on the dyno.
So up till this point, it's all been fairly familiar ground. We're at a power level that we've seen before, although not quite as cleanly as we have got to this time. So now the only thing left to do is to start screwing boost into it, which, as we know, can end up with either power or exploded engines. So we're gonna hope it's the first one of those two things, and we're gonna add some boost and see what kind of power it makes and kind of stop at a level where the car seems happy. And it'd be nice if it was a little bit more than it was before, because we do have a bit more weight to pull around in this shell. So, fingers crossed.
I just want to get this straight. Are we restrapping my car because it has too much power?
It's the first time that we've actually had to restrap it, so it's just climbing up the rollers a little bit. Right. So what actually happens through a power run, as the car pulls forwards on the roller, it uses this bar and lifts it up, which in turn pulls the car harder down into the rollers.
But my car has too much power, so we have to restrap it. I'm still getting over it, dude. That's pretty exciting.
It's a little bit, your car's a little bit difficult to strap because we've got a lot of exhaust in the way.
Whoa. It's because it's got lots of power.
It must be because it's got way too much power. You know how often I hear too much power for the dyno?
Hey! So Scotty, we made 277.1. I think last time we came here in the 260s. So it picked up a little bit of power. How are you feeling about it overall?
I think it's pretty good. We've picked up, call it, say somewhere around 10 kilowatts,
Yep.
which has definitely picked up, but keep in mind that different dynos, different days.
Yep.
So we've got to be a bit reasonable with that as well.
Yep.
But it definitely has picked up power, and we've worked with cam timing a little bit more this time. So we're electronically adjusting the inlet and the exhaust camshafts. So you can see that the power now, it stays above 270 kilowatts for quite a long time now. So we've actually extended the power range.
Right, I remember you once said to me that a lot of the feel, like a car feels fast, like with the power under the line.
Perfect, yeah. So we took area under the graph.
Right.
So
whenever you look at a dyno sheet like this, what you want to see is that the most area under the graph, the more power the car's got. Because if you've got something that's got a huge turbo on it that's making, say, 300 kilowatts,
Yep.
it's going to come on a lot lazier and come on like this, where you'll already be making 270 kilowatts when something with a huge turbo making a lot more power may only be making 100 kilowatts at the same road speed.
So what are we adding horsepower, just for anyone who talks
Change
in
the
that language?
units to Imperial.
370
370.
horsepower. So I was talking to someone who said this is like the most expensive Subaru engine that you can kind of get. So I mean, that is a consideration, because lunching an engine, chasing an extra 10 kilowatts feels not worth it. But I mean, well, hey, I'm not going to fill out of the question that one day down the track, we come back with a built motor and we do screw more boost. But do you think, as far as it's making a car that's drivable, you can take to the drags, you can drive it every day, throw your stuff in it? Because that's what I want.
It'll be a very, very fun car, and to have an everyday driver that makes 370 horsepower at the wheels for a long time, not a little peaky, just comes on boost and makes it for a split second. Like, this makes a lot of power for a long time. On the street, it's a very, very fast car, up to sort of 80 or 100 kilometers an hour.
Yeah.
It'll be a really, really quick car.
I like that. A lot of power for a long time. I like the sound of that. Thank you very much, Mr. Tuning Fork.
Pleasure. I wish you told me that engine was so expensive before we started screwing boost into it.
I didn't want to tell you that. I didn't think you'd like that.
And with that, Supergramps is tuned and ready to hit the roads.
So, Martin, there's really only one thing left to do.
What's that, mate?
That's to get to bingo, mate.
Get to bingo?
To bingo, we're late.
Oh, crap! Oh, no, I think I actually did crap.